The adventures in Osaka continue. Yes, I'm still here in my tiny little hotel room in the great city of Osaka, Japan. And if you watched my last video, I found something big. Today's episode, I found something small. So if you watched the last video, I was out and about with my buddy Larry as he was showing me Dan Town out here in Osaka. And while the previous video we went to Hero Gang and I found that big Godzilla. Later in the day, we went to Anime Jungle. Yes, the Anime Jungle. If you are an LA native, you should be familiar with Anime Jungle. I also believe they have one out in the San Francisco area as well. But if you've ever been to LA and Little Tokyo, you know Anime Jungle very well. They have a very large presence in that shopping mall down there, which now I think contains like 6 or 7 stores. They started as one and they've expanded. What a lot of people don't know is that they do have more stores, especially out here in Japan. One of their biggest stores is here in Osaka. So Larry and I went through their flagship store. They have 2 locations, but the flagship is the one that if you're out here, you definitely need to go to because it is spectacular. So the bottom floor, Gundam models galore, super robots, Banpresto statuettes, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, One Piece. My God, so much One Piece stuff out here. I had no idea how big One Piece was until I really got here. So this store is absolutely bonkers. Staff is incredible. This isn't saying anything bad about their LA store, but man, this thing blows away their LA store just in size alone. But Larry has been there several times as he lives out here, and he told me, hey, downstairs is cool, but upstairs is where all the fun is at. And he was absolutely correct, because once we went up there, they have the entire floor dedicated to just 3 things: Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and Godzilla. Now, this place did allow some footage to be shot, so let me just give you a quick glimpse of what was to be offered on this second floor.
Easy to see how much this has not gained value.
Which one, the Death Ghidorah?
No, the
There you go. So you're still watching this video, and while this is me praising the hell out of Anime Jungle out here, this is the KOFFERS. I did walk away with something. What did I walk away with? Why, none other than Ultraman. Now again, you'll have to excuse the weird, slightly janky setup. I am in a closet of a room out here. If you ever come to Japan, stay in Appa Hotel, you'll know what I mean. But while I love me some Ultraman, I'm not the biggest collector of Ultraman stuff, but there is one Ultraman that I will throw down money for anytime, anywhere, and that is Ultraman Great, aka Ultraman Towards the Future. My first Ultraman show and my absolute favorite Ultraman show to this day into my adulthood. I love this show. It is one of my absolute favorites. 2 years ago at Comic-Con, I had the pleasure of sharing the stage with Dory Krause, who played Jack Shindo in the show. You can go back and actually listen to that episode on our podcast. So anything Ultraman Great, I am a sucker for. So up in the Ultraman section of Anime Jungle out here in Osaka, they had a row of these new line of Ultraman figures. So these aren't like the older days where they were about 6 inch. These are about 5.5 inch now. The beauty about Ultraman stuff, especially the new Bandai stuff, it is fairly inexpensive. You can get all kinds of the Kaiju and various Ultras for next to nothing, and this guy was around that. He was less than $10. So I did see him on the shelves last year. It was the last day I was here while I was visiting Sunshine City, but I was already broke. So unfortunately, I haven't seen this guy in Pop Up in America. Otherwise, I would have bought him by then. But he was was just there, staring at me, begging me to come home. So I did pick him up. So this was my buy. So these guys, if you've seen my review of the Ultraman from Anime Expo, same line, much like all Bandai vinyl figures, he is very limited in his articulation. So his arms and his chest, and that's about it. These are just cool little figures. They're meant for kids to play with. And the thing with Ultraman Great is that, yes, while he's deep cut, why are they making a figure of him now? Well, there is a online YouTube show that has been going for a few years. I believe it's called Absolute Conspiracy, where no humans, it's just the Ultras doing Ultra stuff, and they brought Great back for a couple of episodes. So I think it was just an excuse for Bandai to use the costumes they made for the Ultra Galaxy movie and really play with some of the lore, which I do love. But as you can see, this guy stands about 5.5 inches. He has his little triangle timer. He is very off-white, unlike some of the other American figures, which they painted him very silver. So this matches more of the new costume that they built for the show. But his helmet is very silverish, much like the rest, not really painted on the back, which is always, yeah, it's Bandai for you, but he's meant to be displayed. There you go. And if you're a kid, it don't really matter, because the one downside to these things is that if you're playing with them, they get scratched to hell. So here is the tag in question. It's part of the EX line. So there's Great. Nothing on the inside. Absolutely nothing. So this was the price I paid for him, 770 yen, which I think comes out to about 620. I think about that. I haven't looked at what the exchange rate is going for right now, but he was fairly inexpensive. So one of my more favorite buys, and he falls in with my rule of thumb right now on this travel of, if you're going to get anything small so you can travel with it, like I said, I have a few more stops to make before I head home, but I can't say no to Ultraman Great. Absolutely love this guy. One of the few that still remain in my collection, and this guy will go along with the other Kaiju that I have. There's part of me that's hoping against hope that they reissue those Kaiju down the line, because those are pretty hard to get a hold of. Both the American ones, not so much, but the Japanese ones, the Bandai versions, I'm still looking for my Gigasaurus. That is my white whale of the Ultraman Great stuff. But there you go. And if you have not watched Ultraman Great, what are you doing? It's all up on YouTube right now. Go and watch it. It's fantastic. If you're going, well, that's kiddie stuff. Actually, no. I disagree. Even though it was broadcast in America on a children's block, I've argued that it is a very mature Ultraman show. There's no kids in it. It's all adults. And kind of feels more like an 90s syndicated sci-fi show more than anything else. You can sit there and you can really enjoy it. Good people of Australia cranked this bad boy out. A lot of people that ended up working on this went on to what was that Jim Henson show? It was Farscape. They wanted to work on Farscape. So if you like Farscape, give this a shot. It's where a lot of those people cut their teeth. But my buy from Anime Jungle here in Osaka, quite happy with it. Remember, if you're in town, do check them out. That is an amazing, amazing shop that absolutely must be seen to be believed. Well, there you go. That's my review of my Ultraman Great little EX Bandai figure that I picked up here in Osaka, Japan from the good people at Anime Jungle. Like I said, check them out if you're in town. If you come to Japan, make your way to Osaka. You will not be sorry. This place is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful to see. And you know, if you're gonna spend some extended time here, there's a lot more outside of Tokyo to see. Osaka, Kobe, I've been checking it all out. Kyoto tomorrow, Fukuoka, a lot of cool stuff to explore in this beautiful country. So on that note, if you like what you see, we do have a show. It's called the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. We're also on social media. You can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook.com. We will be here for another 2 weeks, so if you want to see all of our adventures we're having out here, that is the best place to go, because I've been posting daily all the little nooks and crannies and experiences that I have had while out here. So on that note, that will wrap it up for this edition of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.